LPZ up in here. LPZ up in here. LPZ up in here. LPZ up in here. I'm a king, I'm a king. I've been made a righteous king. You gon' know that I'm a king when I step up on the scene. I'm a king, I'm a king. I've been made a righteous.
Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy LP, aka LPZ, and I'm posted up, man. I wanted to do this video, man. I had to do this video because of what we experiencing, what's happening, with the Trayvon Martin case, the verdict and everything. It have thrown our country into a frenzy, and being an African American person, I see the way it has caused a lot of racial tension, and I see how a lot of black people, how we've been dealing with the situation. And because of the nature of the news, what the news does, it provokes fear. It does a whole lot of things, and this is the reason why I don't recommend for an individual to sit in front of the TV and watch the news all the time. But anyway, what I said that the case was going to do, I knew it was going to stir up a lot of racial tension, and just like I thought, that's what has happened. So as a result, you got a lot of people. I've seen so much on Instagram, on Facebook. Blatant disrespect, and I just don't get it. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, Zimmerman is a Hispanic dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not white. So the news, the media have played it up and made it a black-white issue, and it's so not cool because I'm seeing some people straight act a fool ever since this case has been going on. I've been called a lot of names recently, mainly the Nigga, well, Nigger. I've been called that, a lot online and stuff like that, just having conversations and debates on Instagram and stuff like that or whatever. And just looking at experiencing all those things, then at the same time, a lot of people, black people, looking at white people, real sideways and, just not feeling comfortable, and then a lot of white people that have made a decision, okay, let me go ahead and show who I really am, you know what I mean? And so this is the way I've dealt with it. The way I've dealt with it and responded to it is I operate in the spirit, and I recognize something. The first thing that you have to understand and know, the scripture says that we do not fight against flesh and blood. We deal with principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, and all that other stuff. It's a spiritual war. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an outlaw spirit called Satan, and he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. You're not dealing with people. You're dealing with a demonic influence. That's what you're dealing with. So already off the top, if you got your eyes on skin color, you've been duped into believing that your issue is with people. Your issue is not with people. Your issue is with an outlaw spirit called Satan, Lucifer, the devil. That's what you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's causing all this conflict and everything. But anyway, the way I dealt with it, I got in the spirit. I was right after the verdict, the very next day, I was on Facebook from like 6:30 in the morning till like 2:30 in the afternoon. I mean, I was just going back and forth, just sharing my view. My view is just simple as this. We as African Americans, we got bigger fish to fry. We got issues that we dealing with, what I'm saying, that's far greater than, you fighting for, man. The Trayvon Martin issue is very sad. It's a sad situation. I hate that it happened, But we got thousands of African Americans being killed, and they dying to the hands of other African Americans. I mean, come on, man. We got to deal with that. In Birmingham, Alabama, in 10 days, 12 people were shot and killed. Black people. And they were killed by black people. Come on, y'all. We got to deal with these issues. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, on another note, the way I dealt with it, I got in the spirit and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I got up and I rode, to a particular restaurant where I knew that a lot of white people were going to be there. I went there on purpose. And I sat there. As soon as I stepped into the restaurant, man, the tension was like so thick. I can cut it with a knife. I could see some of the black workers. They just was just like real. And the young lady at the register. Once I stepped up to her, she's looking like, and I'm like, she looking at my beard and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she thinking in her mind, oh my God, this is one of those gangsters. I ain't got a thug bone in my body, man. But anyway, so I walked up to her, I smiled, I'm saying, how you doing, ma'am? I'm asking her how she's doing, and she's like, I'm doing fine, But anyway, I ordered my food, I, talked with her, joked with her a little bit or whatever, she kind of eased up or whatever. But so I sat down to eat my food, and some white kids came in, teenage kids. And, they were, I had my headphones on, so I'm kind of sitting there like this, and I could tell that the kids were a little rowdy per se or whatever. So, one of them came to me, came by me, and he was saying something. He was trying to do something or whatever. It was very destructive to the people's property. And I looked at him and I told him, nah, man, don't do that. And he looked at me like, dude, who are you? So they kind of went to themselves and was talking or whatever. And so anyway, I just had in my mind, notice I said in my mind, not in my spirit. I had in my mind, these negative thoughts, and I'm thinking about, all the ugly names I've been called on Instagram that morning. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to respond like that. I got to get in my element. I'm a minister of the gospel. And then I work with youth and young adults. So I have to get in my element. So I got outside of those thoughts and I began to talk to them. I'm like, hey, man, what school do y'all go to? So they were telling me what school they went to. I asked them, did they play sports? I was kind of talking to them about, finding out what position they play and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what's up, man, So, the first kid that responded, I identified him as my leader. And once I identified him as being the leader, I began to engage with him. As I began to engage with him, man, I began to find out all types of things about this young man. He was just telling me, he was like, man, I'm just be honest with you. I really don't like playing baseball. I'm just doing it because my parents want me to do it. And I really want to sing country music. I was like, really? I'm like, man, let me hear you sing. So he didn't want to sing. So he gave me his phone, let me see some videos he did on his phone or whatever. So I was kind of encouraging him on that. And I'm like, man, you really good, man. You might want to pursue it. And, one thing about young people, once they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so, because I showed a genuine care, man, this guy opened up to me. And, in the process, I asked him, I was like, hey, man, do you go to a church? Are you a part of a youth group? So all of them kind of, zeroed in on me. And they was like, nah, we don't go to church, man. It's just hypocrites in church and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just listening to them, hearing them out. I wasn't. So I just kind of stopped them where they were. And I was like, look, yada, yada, yada. I end up sharing the gospel. So I shared the gospel. I'm talking about, man, it was phenomenal. We sitting there in a restaurant. I'm sharing the gospel. I took the guy, who I was engaging in conversation with, man, and I prayed with him, you know what I'm saying, and just really, really, really took a genuine interest in sharing the word of God and talking to him, and the Lord gave me a word for him and everything, man. So right then and there, I left that restaurant, man, feeling great, man. So that was awesome, man. God showed up and showed out. He gave me grace. He took all those negative emotions that I had, man, and it was all gone from there, So that's the way I responded to it. And I got part 2 coming up, what I'm saying, to my response to the racial tension in America. So stay tuned for that. Cheer.
LPZ. can't stop me, dog. That's what I tell the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Look, you can't stop me, kinda like a freight train. Big dog in the game, call me Great Dane. I got them fire flames, spitting like I'm toothless. All the way turned up, you can never mute this. Running like mucus, and I'm never stopping. I'ma keep it jumping, homie, I'ma keep it popping. Riding to this beat, leaning back in my seat. Got that divine protection, I ain't gotta keep the heat. I be moving forward like it's first down, rejuvenated and ready like it's the first round. Looking at my opposition in the face, my light shining and blinding like I hit 'em with some mace. You can't stop.